Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
My daughter who died last year, she's the one that pushed me on the floor and covered me up and protected me.
Right now at 10, parts of Connecticut are cleaning up after vicious thunderstorms this afternoon. We'll hear from one family who lost their home in this severe weather.
Also tonight, we're learning more about President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. We'll tell you what's funding it and what to do if you received a Pell Grant.
And they've been stolen all over Connecticut catalytic converters. Tonight, investigators bust what they call a first-of-its-kind crime operation to flip stolen ones for cash.
But we start with a weather watch alert tonight as the cleanup is on after severe storms rolled through northern Connecticut earlier today. This is a look at the dark clouds passing over East Windsor specifically this afternoon. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Carmen Chow in for Sarah tonight. Those storms knocked down power lines and trees, causing thousands to lose power across Connecticut. We do have live team coverage of the severe storms tonight. Alicia Machado is in Vernon and DeAndrea Turner is in East Windsor, showing us the damage and the cleanup. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is in the Weather Center to tell us if any more thunderstorms will pop up this weekend.
But we begin in Vernon, where hundreds of Eversource customers lost power during the storms. Massive tree fell on a car, also pulled down power lines this afternoon. The storm left plenty of debris for people to clean up in Vernon.
Fox 61's Alicia Machado has tracked the damage since the storms came through. She joins us live in Vernon to show us the damage there. Alicia?
Yeah, homeowners rather, were having to deal with cleaning up that damage tonight. And here on Skinner Road in Vernon, one family actually having a large tree branch come crashing down into parked cars in their driveway. The family inside tells me, thankfully, the tree branch didn't hit their home. Thunderstorms bringing rain and wind to Connecticut Friday afternoon.
It's Mother Nature for you. It's unpredictable.
But sometimes Mother Nature brings an unwelcomed surprise.
I heard this really loud noise and I ran to the window and I looked outside the window. I was like, oh my God. I yelled at my husband. I was like, the tree came down, the tree came down.
A large branch cracked off the tree during the storm and came crashing down onto cars parked in front of the home of Vernon neighbor Marisol Cruz, who lives on Skinner Road.
It was pretty intense for a few minutes there, but the good thing is that the home is okay, we're okay, nobody got hurt, nobody was in the cars.
10 miles away in Tolland, the storm bringing down a tree onto a power line on Goose Lane.
Our power fluctuated just a little bit, and so we came outside just to see what was going on, and immediately there was already fire department.
Neighbor Dylan Johnson says this kind of thing happens in their area, but this time
we're actually pretty surprised that we still have power right now. There was a lot of wind, a lot of rain. We got the tornado warning right before this happened, so we were all a little concerned. We shut all of our windows because there was water coming in.
Goose Lane blocked off Friday evening as the tree hung on to power lines. Over in Windsor Locks, crews working quickly in the afternoon to move a tree that blocked part of Route 159 near River Road. The roadway able to reopen to traffic after crews cleared the way. Now tonight we've also seen some private tree clearing companies come through the neighborhood to let locals know here that they can help out with getting this damage cleaned up. We're live in Vernon tonight. Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
Thanks, Alicia. A little further north, the storms were especially frightening for one family in East Windsor, and tonight they're without a home after a tree fell right through it. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner talked with them and joins us live in East Windsor. What did that family tell you, DeAndrea?
Well, you guys, to say the least, it's been a very emotional day for this family. The wife that I spoke with today, she told me she was sitting on her bed when the tree fell on her house just before 3:20 today. And she says that their family, they just keep getting hit with issues back to back. But nevertheless, they're just grateful to be alive. The greenhouse on the corner of Pleasant Street has been the home of Johnny Farkas for the last 25 years.
I've been here since '96. This is where my daughter died, and I want to stay here, be close to her.
A home full of memories and grief, damaged. She was sitting on her bed when a tree came crashing down during Friday's strong storms. So you feel lucky to be alive?
More blessed. more blessed than lucky.
crediting someone dear to her heart for that protection.
If anybody believes in the afterlife, I do. My daughter who died last year, she's the one that pushed me on the floor and covered me up and protected me. Had to have been.
Now hoping that her house will soon be a home again, she's trying to figure out how to move forward.
I was just getting ready to make arrangements to have a big yard sale to raise money so I can drive to Texas to visit family down there. Can't do that now.
But through the destruction, she found solace in a fuzzy friend.
Just found her, and she's in the house next door.
A reminder that storms don't last forever.
Dickie was the most important cat. You know, she was my daughter's cat from the kitten. And I promised my daughter that day I would take care of her.
And a piece of her daughter still here. And you guys, the Red Cross did help relocate this family temporarily. And as far as how bad the damage is to this home, they don't know yet, and they still have to assess that. For now in East Windsor, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.
Such an emotional story tonight, DeAndrea. Thank you. Just gives you some perspective. You know, Rach, we see these storms move through out of our window, and they move on, and then we have a beautiful night. You see that family.
Yeah, so much history in that home.
Still struggling with it, indeed. And we see the storms passing through you, Rach. Was that more activity tonight that we see behind you?
No, we are done for the night other than an isolated pop-up shower, which I'm going to show you in a bit. But this is a loop of what happened earlier today. And here is a look at some of the thunderstorms that passed through, leaving a trail of damage from Granby through the East Hartford area, Vernon, Killingly, all some of the towns that experienced some damage in today's storms. And yes, there was a tornado warning briefly, especially right around Windsor, East Windsor, and then that tornado warning ended up getting canceled as that rotation started to weaken. No word yet from the National Weather Service if they plan on doing any survey of the damage or if they just believe it was straight line wind damage, but there was quite a bit of tree damage in a line associated with that thunderstorm. Here's the leftover showers here just on the border of Massachusetts and Connecticut, Somers, Stafford. I don't anticipate that to intensify at all, but there could be one just leftover straggler shower out there. Low temperatures tonight in the 60s to right around 70 degrees. And after some nasty weather out there today, there is a huge payoff heading into the weekend. And that is beautiful weather. High temperatures will climb into the low to mid 80s during the day tomorrow. Moderate levels of humidity, but not oppressive. We will see more clouds, slight chance for a shower heading into tomorrow night, and a cloudy start to the day on Sunday. But once again, we break for sun, and it'll be a similar afternoon tomorrow, or is Sunday as well. We'll take a closer look at your weekend forecast, the next chance for storms, and when the humidity goes away. Full forecast coming up.
All right, Rach, thank you. And to stay on top of the forecast, be sure to download the free Fox 61 News app. If you do that, you can get weather alerts sent right to your phone and get important updates, especially if you do lose power.
An update at 10 as the chief medical examiner confirms the man found dead in a Derby apartment was a mentor to Jeffrey Epstein. 77-year-old Stephen Hoffenberg is believed to have been dead for at least 7 days before his body was found. Hoffenberg was sentenced to 20 years in prison in 1997 after admitting to scamming thousands of investors out of $460 million. And coming up at 11, Fox 61's Gabby Molina tells us about how he was found. New details tonight about a scheme by 4 state troopers to create hundreds of fake traffic tickets. State police have confirmed to Fox 61 that there was an internal investigation about it in 2018. We're working to learn if those officers are still employed. Stay with Fox 61 for updates on air, online, and on the Fox 61 News app.
We're getting some new details tonight from the White House on President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. His administration disagrees with critics who say canceling some debt for millions of Americans will make inflation worse. The deputy director of the National Economic Council says the debt forgiveness pays for itself because of how much the U.S.'s deficit will be reduced this year alone.
We're on track for $1.7 trillion in deficit reduction this year. We're using a portion of that, a very small portion of it, to provide relief to middle-class families consistent with the president's plan.
Now, there likely will be legal challenges to that plan, with some arguing that Congress holds the power to forgive debt, not the president. Meanwhile, progressives say that President Biden's plan doesn't go far enough to relieve the burden of student loan debt.